Due to the Saiyans' calamitous actions during the Multiverse tournament, the Vargas have refused to cook for them. They're putting their foot down and they're ending the lifeline of food to the Saiyan heroes. Gohan, taking the diplomatic approach, wants to barter an agreement so that way the food keeps on flowing. Ever sly, the Vargas head chef says there is a way they can eat. That is, if they work for them in the kitchen. I'm not hungry. Okay, let's get Chi-Chi. Don't bother mom. It's time to grow up, dad. It's time to learn how to use the microwave. And with that, at the risk of not being able to eat, all the Saiyans from the Multiverse tournament head toward the kitchen. Gohan chops up carrots in the blink of an eye, as Kakarot is tasked to grill the meat, but decides eating it raw is just as good. Goku actually cooks his signature fish, the one he's been cooking since he's a child, and as him and Goten try it for the first time, Goten realizes that it's disgusting. That's because Goku leaves all the seasoning to Chi-Chi.
I can taste it on my tongue.
Meanwhile, King Vegeta is searching for Raditz, who was taken by the android Earthling universe for unknown reasons. But Yamcha realizes the true reason King Vegeta is worried, and that is if Raditz gains magical powers and becomes stronger than him, there could be an issue with the Saiyan crown. Oob, who has just fought Goku in the tournament, stands on the sidelines of the arena contemplating, then walks right by trapped Boo and heads to a mysterious room. Can you make me the greatest magician of all time? The greatest after me? Maybe. I have a lot of things to teach you, and it looks like not only is Zen Boot not fully trapped by the KAIOSHIN, but Oob is trying to barter an alliance with him. So with the bacon wrapped around the potato, we pass it for a big piece of meat.
Fucking delicious.
As Trunks helps the Vargas through science with a machine that creates meat right on the fly.
Why are you here?
But the help in the kitchen ends with disaster as they begin to use ki blasts to start up the fires near the oil, causing an explosion that leads to a necessary clothes change.
One eternity later.
The next match is about to begin. Z of Universe 5 versus Boo of Universe 4. Vegeta gave this magician a respite. I won't do as much. And with one decisive blast, Zen Boo obliterates C, and the fight seemingly is over. As Boo stands in front of the eviscerated crater, he hears in the distance, "Ba-da-ba-bee-bee-dee-ba-bee-dee-boo." The voice seemingly coming out of nowhere triggers Boo in a way nothing else has. And what Boo has feared all these years finally has come to pass. He begins to transform and seal himself in the ball we found Boo in Dragon Ball Z.
What a twist!
Babidi isn't here, so who incanted that? That's outside help, no? If neither of them move in 30 seconds, do they both lose? Because right now, I'm not sure either is getting up before the other. Wait, look! The entity argues that he is Z. He's allowed to change forms because others have done so in the tournament up to this point. So he is conscious, the other being is not. He should win. And with that, it is called. Z actually wins this fight by basically trapping Boo the same way Babidi did. Astonished, Vegeto's instant transmissions to the scene and asks who recited the ancient formula. And the being describes that he actually launched it automatically at the start of the fight. When Vegito asks the being how he knows about the formula, the being says that he is under no obligation to answer that question. The Z fighters are astonished that someone as powerful as Zen Boo was defeated so easily, and the fact that this Z guy seems to know everyone's weaknesses right off the cuff. Before the Vargas are able to move the Boo ball, Gas exclaims that we need to send Boo back to his universe immediately and arrest the Grand KAIOSHIN. It seems like the other Kais already suspected the Grand KAIOSHIN of evil doing, and they want to hear what Gas has to say. The Grand KAIOSHIN is in league with Boo of Universe 4. He never held him prisoner in his hand. I know this because when when Boo was turned into a cocoon, I saw hundreds of Boo particles rejoin his body. They came from the public, the arena, and the corridor of Universe 4. Since the beginning, he's been moving around freely among us. Goku seems to have noticed the exact same thing, but said nothing in Goku fashion. The Kais want an admission of guilt from the Grand Kaioshin, and the Grand Kaioshin admits what he did and admits that what Gas is saying is true. Yes, I lied when I said I could copy your technique. I did that to free Boo. And Gas is right, I am in league with him. But how could you understand? As soon as Boo arrived, we started communicating by telepathy. I'd like to thank you. Before you, I was only hatred and violence. He was very honest with me. In my universe, you sacrificed yourself to save me, even though I was the enemy. We exchanged words, but also images, emotions in an accelerated manner. Over the few days, we've exchanged the equivalent of millions of years of communication. This is a very particular plant. I stopped that war, but they lost their free will. The wave-particle duality, doesn't it remind you of this Figurandin sonnet? Back then, Namekians walked on 4 feet. The microorganisms was so powerful it could bend blades of grass with its power. I refused his wish. Do you think I did right? It's not about handling the universe, but letting it evolve while leaving it freedom of choice. Ah, is that what the inside of an atom looks like? It surprised me too when you see it for real. It changes everything. It's true, you should always know where your towel is. Yeah, Atuan really can't hold a conversation. Boo is infinitely more intelligent and interesting than anything I've known. I started admiring him. We became friends, accomplices, and I understood that we KAIOSHIN weren't obliged to intervene as much as we did. The universe left to itself is indeed chaotic, but it's splendid. The one we modeled to our image by murdering beings we didn't agree with is bleak. He influenced me, that's certain. I accept every participant, including Broly and 2 Boos who are anomalies against which we normally fight. Isn't that normal? Gas and Vegeta also became anomalies, but because we know them to be good-hearted, they are allowed to live. It's our subjective notions of good and bad that decide. Yes, Boo changed me. Yes, I'm surprised at what I've become, but I have a much larger vision than you. There's good in renewal of chaos. We can let go, and it's even more true now that we know there's an infinite number of universes. If something goes tragically wrong in billions of universes, it can go differently in billions of others. Influencing one single universe is moot.
I was kind of interested for about a minute. And then I lost it.
To sum up, you're completely corrupted. I am deposing you of your rank and title immediately. Half the participants here could endanger the multiverse, and now we know that you allowed this because you're a servant of chaos? Come now. There's no danger, there never was. Boo could stop Broly at any time, and that's true for any of the other participants. Ah, I see. That's why he prevented Broly from attacking the participants, and Babidi from corrupting and attacking everyone. But each time, it ended well. Otherwise, he'd have intervened. Didn't he fix everything after? So you're putting your destiny in the hands of a psychopath? You don't understand. We don't have a choice. He's been in control of everything for a while. He's superior to us all. Fighting him is useless, a wasteful action lost in advance. He's an omnipotent entity. We can only try to comprehend him and live with his decisions. Has the Grand Kaioshin actually turned his back on his fellow Kais? What will be the outcome of Oob and Zenbu's union? Will Vegeta ever find Raditz? Find out next time on the next episode of Dragon Ball Multiverse.
Subscribe for more content.